Well, hi folks, I had an idea that I could somehow make a sort of bird house come, you know, like bird box thing. So I don't know why I thought of it, but what the idea is, like I said, I've never tried it. I'm just thinking of throwing like an enclosed bottle and then putting a hole in and a little sort of roof just over the front of the hole so it doesn't rain in. So, like I said, no, never tried it, so we'll give it a go anyway, just to see how it turns out. So I've got about £4 of clay here, I think, roughly. I didn't weigh it out, I just sort of took a lump off. I just want to sort of throw a cylinder first and then sort of widen it out a touch in the places. Fast actually. Collar it in to keep it narrow so I can lift it up without it flaring out. Try and get a bit of the thickness up from the bottom. So what I'm going to do now, I want to make it sort of a bit narrower at the base and just make a sort of bottle shaped thing, close it in at the top. So what I'll do, just sort of squeeze it in at the base to get it a bit narrower. It might go a bit off centre, but I can straighten that out now. So now I'm just going to try and just flare it out a touch at the base. Leave enough at the top so I can close it right in. And obviously leave it wide enough at the base for the birds to put the nest in, hopefully. Before I close it in, I'm just going to try and close it in so I can make a knob on the top so you can either sort of tie a rope around it to hang it up in a tree, or you can just put it flat on a table. Squeezing it in and collaring it up. Make a knob at the top, squeezing it up. Just form the knob on the top, just press it down. Like I said, if you want to hang it up in a tree or hang it up somewhere, you can tie a rope around the knob and then hang it up. Anyway, that's the sort of rough shape. To be honest, I'm not sure what sort of shape it was I had in mind. It's just what's turned out. So tomorrow when it's drier, I'm thinking of putting a hole in, about 1.5 inch hole, and putting like a little roof just around the hole so rain doesn't fall into the hole. So tomorrow I'll get on and do that, and we'll see how it turns out then. Well, hi folks, I've let this birdhouse sort of prototype dry out now a bit, so it's the next day, so I'll get on and have a go at putting the hole in and putting this little shelter around it. So now I come to think of it, I think I should have made the base a little bit wider, so if you do want to just stand it up, it's got more of a sound footing really, because it might fall over, but anyway, like I say, it's just a prototype, so you live and learn. So basically the first thing I'm going to do is put a hole in, so I would say probably about just a bit higher up than halfway up. So what I've got another little tube cut off at 45 degrees. That's about 1 inch, just less than 1.5 inches, so it should be ideal for little birds, because they don't need a big hole at all. So I reckon if I put it in about there and cut the hole out. Another thing is, I don't know how on earth you're going to clean the nest out either, because there's only the little hole as access for it, so another bit of a design flaw there. I'll just smooth the edges off just so there's no sharp edges for the birds to get caught on. So that's the hole put in. So what I thought is, if I can find it, I've just knocked up a bit of clay, like a bit of a handle, just pulled a bit of a handle, and I'm going to put a bit of a sort of a little, thought I'd put a bit of a roof on like that, just to keep the rain out. So like I say, if you forgive the pun, I'm just winging it, so I'll put a load of slip on there. I'll just do it this way around first. Stick a little shelter on, push it on. Make it look a bit more rustic if I just smear the edges over, like so. That'll fix it on a bit better too. Just give that a bit of a sponge just to smooth it off a bit. So that's about it, I think. Bit of a prototype birdhouse. Little hole in it, a little bit of a shelter on, that should keep all the rain out unless it's blowing horizontally. So that's about it, I think. The first birdhouse with a few design flaws, but it should work, so we'll see how it gets on. So that's it.